Hi, we're the Social Media Force. I'm Allie, I'm 22, I'm a comm major here at WVU with an emphasis in social media and technology.
Hi, I'm Amanda, I'm 20 years old, I'm a junior here at WVU and I'm a comm major.
Hi, I'm Allison, I'm 21 years old, I'm a junior from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and I'm a PR major.
Hi, I'm Sean from Johnstown, Pennsylvania, and I'm a communications major.
And my name is Michael. I'm from Massachusetts. I'm 21. I'm also a junior. I major in communication studies with an emphasis on interpersonal communication.
The organization is the WVU Veterans, and their main focus is to help transition veterans coming from their military lifestyle and help them move easily into the education setting that they might not be familiar with.
WVU was selected by Military Advanced Education as a top military-friendly university. Military-friendly meaning that we welcome veterans and offer all the help that we can to support them. With the transition going from being away to being in civilian life, it's different because they're used to structure and they're used to being on a schedule, and here we provide them with more things to get used to not being on such a structured schedule and being able to do what they want when they want and different things.
Along with the many programs and services that the WVU veterans provide, like the Yellow Ribbon Program, making education more affordable, or the Mentor to Mountaineer Program, which helps struggling veterans achieve better GPAs. And there's also the Veterans of WVU Student Organization, which helps build a camaraderie between the veterans here at WVU and gets them involved in different kinds of civic engagement, and just helps build a bigger social bonds between them like they had when they were serving.
This is our social media map for the WVU veterans. They're on Facebook, Twitter, and then their homepage. Their Twitter isn't very active. They have about 10 tweets, and the last tweet was sent in 2012. Their Facebook page has some posts, mostly just for members, keeping them updated, things like that. And their homepage pretty much has a lot about their programs, the support, and certain events that are coming up.
And what these arrows on the map are illustrating is that with a simple click you can link to any of the pages throughout each other. They're located in the bio and the About Me, so they're easily accessible. Here we have our SWOT analysis chart for the WVU veterans. Within this chart is the strengths and weaknesses, which are internal to the organization, and we have our opportunities and threats with our external. Internal tend to be easier to solve because they're in our control, they're in our hands. What we're doing weak, we can come up with in strength and we can make it strong. External are a bit out of our hands, but we can still do our best to try to make them stronger as well.
To begin our SWOT analysis, we will talk about WVU veterans' internal strengths. These internal strengths are things that WVU veterans organization and Jerry himself can control. One of the biggest strengths for the organization is Jerry's work ethic. You can really see that in how he cares about the organization, and he cares about each member. He sits down with about 295 members every month, and he really cares about their satisfaction. When they leave, he wants to make sure that they have a great transition from military life into this student life where they can succeed in the classroom. He also gets about 10 to 15 phone calls a day and about 20 emails. And before he leaves for the day, him and his staff make sure that they respond to every phone call and email. Another internal strength is that they're nationally recognized. For the 6th year in a row, in 2015, GI Jobs listed WVU as a military friendly. For the 3rd year in a row, Military Times Best for Vets ranked them 43rd. Military Advanced Education also ranked them a nationally military-friendly university in 2014. They're also the 41st in U.S. News and World Report of Best Colleges for Vets. Also, another strength is that Jerry gives the one-on-one time with every member. This way, he can directly help them with their education and see what their goals and aspirations are. And also another strength is that Jerry connects and he networks with all Big 12 schools as well as other nationwide universities. He's able to see what they're doing and he can implement that in his own organization to better help these veterans.
A few of the internal weaknesses we have found at the WVU Veterans Organization is that they have little to no social media presence, which we found to be very important for members to feel involved and like they're being recognized and taken care of. They are not currently actively recruiting new members, which is also an important part of keeping a well-rounded organization. There's not a lot of new members coming in, so recruiting could help them with that. They also have little to no presence on the WVU campus. It's hard for students and veterans to know what WVU Veterans is and what they do for students and veterans, so if they had a better presence, maybe more students would be likely to join. The organization is also understaffed, which puts a lot of pressure on Jerry, and it makes it very hard for him to not only interact and maintain relationships with these students, but also makes it very hard for him to hold a social media presence and interact with students there. Next is opportunities. Those are external things that the organization can't necessarily control, but that can positively benefit us. First, there will always be veterans, therefore there will always be potential veterans to come to WVU and be a part of the organization, and there will always be opportunity for the organization to flourish and be successful.
There's also a more accommodating GI Bill being passed, which means the veterans can attend any university in the country that has the organization, and they'll only pay in-state tuition. And so this means that it doesn't matter where they're from or where they want to attend, what they want to pick the school based on. If that program's there, they can go and they can be a part of it, and they will pay in-state tuition. Okay, along with this organization comes some external threats. There are rival programs at other universities. Obviously, the military is a huge part of our country, and with that being said, there's veterans all over, all different parts of the country, meaning they're all different universities. And each university's program is unique. They each have their own contributions, they each have their own perks, and with that there's pros and cons. So if you want to be in hot climate, you might not come to West Virginia, and that's kind of out of our hands. But what we can do is create unique things that make them want to come here, despite the fact that it's 30 degrees or that it's not as sunny as it might be somewhere else. Another thing is academic status. It's great because they're not going to let their members fall behind in school and prioritize anything else because they are here for school. So there's a 2.0 grade requirement, and everyone in that has to be in good standing with the organization and good standing with the university. And if you fall below the 2.0, then you cannot participate in the events or be a part of the program. So with that, they provide tutors, mentors, you can see your advisor, and really help to try to keep them above 2.0. Another problem is WU is not located very close to a military base. They were so used to being with the structure of a military base and being somewhere where they're on a schedule that being away from that might honestly cause them anxiety and might not be in their personal comfort zone. Financial status is another thing. Obviously the GI Bill is being passed, which is great because then they only have to pay in-state tuition wherever they decide to go. But even if it's just in-state tuition, each school has a different price for that. So some might be higher than others and might be a bit out of their price range. There's also things to take into consideration that you are in civilian life now, so you need to buy groceries, you need to pay rent, and those things can all add up. And along with being a student on top of that, you're buying textbooks or an iClicker or pencils or notebooks, and every little thing does add up, so you never know.
What we noticed on a lot of their social media pages that there wasn't a lot of activity amongst the veterans. There's just kind of one channel communication, just one person was talking, and there wasn't a lot of other social engagement around there. So we just want to get them more actively engaged on their social media pages is one thing.
They could elect a historian to take pictures and videos of events to be shared on their social media. to promote themselves within the university and community, even if it's just with a phone. That way they're getting themselves out there and just showing a quick snap of what they're up to, what they're doing.
And everyone knows technology is moving very fast, and how successful and useful social media can be in a social and professional field. And maybe since these veterans have been serving, don't really have social media, or they're out of date with all the benefits that could be gained from using social media, maybe set up a workshop or something that brings veterans in once a month, set up once a month to teach them how to set up a LinkedIn profile or use Twitter beneficially to help them in the business world.